Illinois Governor JB Pritzker calling President Trump's lawsuit against the state and the city of Chicago a massive distraction after the DOJ claimed state and city officials interfered with deportation efforts against criminal migrants.
Unlike Donald Trump, we follow the law in Illinois. This administration is opaque, not transparent at all, and they want you to pay attention to a bunch of lawsuits that are about something that, frankly, is unlawful. I think it's a massive effort to distract from what they are doing across the country to take away things that working class, middle class people, families, the most vulnerable really need.
Okay, well, Chicago attorney and Northwestern adjunct law professor Andrew Stolman joins us now to sort this out. Andrew, good morning. Thank you for taking time. Let me just, for our viewers, read a little bit of the DOJ's lawsuit suing Illinois and the city of Chicago over the sanctuary laws. They say this: the conduct of officials in Chicago and Illinois minimally enforcing and oftentimes affirmatively thwarting federal immigration laws over a period of years has resulted in countless criminals being released into Chicago who should have been held for immigration removal from the United States. Andrew, you be the judge. Where does this stand from a legal standpoint?
Well, I think it's going to be a really, really solid lawsuit. And this is something that's been going on by both JB Pritzker and our mayor for a very, very long time. And Griff, it's unfortunate that it has come to this because it's constitutional law 101. There's something called the supremacy clause in the United States Constitution. If you have federal law and state law that interfere with one another, federal law takes precedent, and JB Pritzker doesn't get it. Brandon Johnson doesn't get it. And so I think Trump had to basically file this lawsuit, or at least the DOJ, to try to light a fire under their rear end to tell them, guess what? You cannot interfere with federal law when it comes to immigration.
Well, and, you know, Andrew, from the standpoint, and Governor Pritzker and Mayor Johnson have both tried to claim, well, we, of course, support law enforcement when they're going after criminal federal cases. We want to support them. But yet here you have the state and the city not cooperating with ICE that wouldn't have to go into these communities had the local districts cooperated to put the entire public safety on a better footing.
Yeah, typical politician doublespeak. I mean, we all know that every single illegal immigrant in this country is breaking the law. So, you know, sometimes JB Pritzker kind of thinks it's like a menu at a restaurant where you can pick and choose. I'll take these 2 appetizers, a couple dessert, and 1 main course. When it comes to the law, you have to follow all the law. And unfortunately, JB Pritzker has a long history of not following the law here in this great city and great state of ours here in Chicago, Illinois. And I think that's why this federal lawsuit by the DOJ was so necessary, to make him do what he is required to do, which is simple: follow the law.
And help bring in these violent gang members and others convicted of crimes, heinous crimes. There's one other piece to this I want to get to, Andrew, and that is Attorney General Pam Bondi is now considering withholding funding to sanctuary cities like Chicago. Do you see that as possibly having some teeth?
Yeah, absolutely. What better way to get politicians to follow the law than withhold money, which they so desperately need? And it's unfortunate that it has to come to this. It's almost like this election didn't take place, 3-4 months ago, that they forgot that the will of the people is to get rid of these illegal immigrants who are in this country, who are committing these crimes, who are doing all these horrific things. And unfortunately, now it's going to have to be where you withhold money from the city to get them to do what legally they're required to do.
And then finally, there is the ballot box. We'll see how Illinois and Chicago voters feel about their leaders not supporting the effort to get violent criminals off the street who are here illegally. Andrew Stolman, as always, thank you for your insight and time.